Welcome back to Angie Mac's Little Mites. This is an upload on, let's put it on Boo because I'm looking dreadful, but anyway. This is a video about not who we love, not what we love, but how we love. So that's a really important thing to remember. You know, not who, not what, but how. And I get the same thing. It's just a bird. It's just a bird. It's just a bird. Okay. Well, for non-bird lovers or people that don't own birds or anything like that, they probably wouldn't get the bond between human and bird. And I'm here to try and change that. Not to encourage people, you know, to change their mind, but to try and to explain to you that just because most of my pets have beaks and feathers, it doesn't mean they mean any less than my dogs that have paws and fur. And it's not what we love in life or who we love, but how we actually love somebody. And love is something you can't quantify. Sometimes you can't explain. You know, it hits your gut as well as your heart. You know, like you might go and see a litter of puppies and one stands out. Why? Why does that one stand out? Why is it people get gut feelings when they go and look at properties to buy a home? And they suddenly feel that this is the one. Why? It's just something that most of us have an inner draw to. And I am fascinated and enjoy the company and the simplistic needs of my pets. I'm not saying looking after a bird is simple. It's more to look after a bird. I love you. Than it is to have a dog, believe it or not. But, you know, just because they don't have paws and, you know, stuff like that, it doesn't mean that they love any less. It doesn't mean you can't cuddle them, because we cuddle. She's getting excited. And I can't cuddle her too much. Can you hear that noise? She's still in mating mode, so I don't want to ignore her, but I shouldn't really be doing this. Oh dear. So I just wanted to say that, you know, we all have grief in different ways. And for me, losing my African grey, losing Brooke, was a bit like losing my reflection. Not that I look at it that often, but imagine waking up one day and it's gone. And you can't see yourself anymore. And that's how I felt about Brooke, because with Brooke, my African grey, we had a lot in common. And she was quite a sickly girl, and she always had health issues, same as I do. She was flighted once upon a time, I believe, before we got her. So she was active, just like I was. And then, you know, obviously spent a lot of time either sort of in her cage because she was old, or sitting on top and not going out much in the aviary, so not going out, not wanting to do that, which I was, caged in my room. So I had a unique connection with her because I understood, you know, her life of suffering to a point, her life of restriction, and a life of ill health. And we really connected, and I cannot explain why we connected so deeply, why that happened above everything else, but it did. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, you know, what other people might think. That is how I feel. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely broken without her, and I'm struggling. And I know there's lots more going on out in the world, you know, and I've had my fair share of deaths in my family. I've had suicide. I've had a brother that was quite young that died suddenly. You know, I've been with my parents when they both passed. Through my nursing over the years and working in care homes, I've seen lots of death. But it was something with Brooke that hit me so hard, I cannot explain. It's just a massive part of me missing. And when people say that about cats and dogs, etc., you know, people are sympathetic and they get it. But if you say that about a bird, you're mocked or laughed at or, you know, not taken seriously. This is fucking serious. You know, I seriously am completely, utterly gutted and totally lost. Like, Brooke, you know, I spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with my birds. Brooke was so intense in her love for me and her funny ways, and, you know, her having to have special diets and stuff like that, that she consumed a lot of my time, and she's left a huge gap, and people don't understand that. But, you know, I don't spend any time with a human being 24 hours a day, because they're in my room, you know. So the first thing I see when I wake up are my little mites, my little birdies, and the last thing I see at night is my babies. So they're 24/7, you know, and I'm not with any human being. I don't know any human being that's with another human being that's 24/7. And people don't tend to understand it. When you're disabled, or maybe living alone, or, you know, have come to the point in life where everyone's let you down, at the human hand as you know, struck you so many times, people turn to pets quite often. And the difference that they make, whether that be snakes, whether that be cats, whether that be dogs, whether that be birds, you know, it gives you reason, it gives you purpose, it gives you a reason to get up in the morning. And as stupid as that sounds, look what pets do for us. Look what dogs do. Guide dogs. Dogs that they're training to sniff out cancer. I'm just saying that how connected we are, or we can be, to human beings, and birds are no different. And I don't think birds get a good crack of the whip. It's just a bird, You can't have a relationship with a bird like you can a dog. That's bullshit. It really is bollocks. You put the time and effort in, and the trust. We have cuddles, don't we, darling? You give me a kiss. What you do? Look how intense she is. She's so trusting. I know. I love you. So, please don't knock, people's grief over pets and stuff. Sounds ridiculous, Losing Brooke, as shocking as this is going to sound, and I don't give a monkey's what people think, was as bad as losing my parents. And people can mock that and think it's disgusting and whatever, but Brooke came into my life when I was, and Lola, my other bird, when I was at my lowest, and just, coming into the menopause and not feeling any use to anyone, and not seeing the children anymore, and, feeling redundant, and not feeling that life was really worth it, because it was just getting up every day that's full of illness. And she came into my life at such a low ebb, and I could see she'd suffered. and I wanted to help her and give her the best life I could. And that's what I hopefully gave her. But it gave me reason. And of course I have to get up every day with these little ones. But it's just hard without her. And I'm really struggling with the loss of her. You know, I accept it, but I'm just saying, like, you know, if you don't want the responsibility of, you know, cats wandering off, or, I mean, I had a cat once that, you know, that never wanted to go out, but he was beautiful. And or you don't want the responsibility of a dog. You know, look at birds. I mean, really look at them. They're incredible. They're beautiful. And that's all I wanted to say. So, you know, just remember that grief is grief, pain is pain, and yes, there's lots of other bad things happening in this world. Look at that. And there's people dying, and there's people sick, and I know all of that. We all know that there's someone worse off than us, and there always will be someone worse off than us. But that doesn't stop your grief. That doesn't stop you hurting. In fact, sometimes it makes you feel like you're whinging over nothing, and then that just makes you worse. So you can't compare your grief to somebody else's, because it's theirs. You know, if someone breaks a leg and someone breaks their thumb, the person that's broke their thumb, that isn't going to stop the pain just because they know someone's broke their leg and they're worse off. So it's not, you know, who we love or what we love. It is how we love, whether that can be explained or not. So, you're going to say goodbye, boo? Having said all that, guys, life is short, and if you can, in these trying times with the restrictions and everything still, keep smiling, keep safe, and look up birds. Look them up. See how beautiful they can be. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.